And now we have someone that I absolutely adore. And I am just so happy to see you, Martina, with us. I don't know if we can display her video. She is one of my favorite people in the world. She is extremely accomplished. And I just don't even have the capacity to really summarize her resume because it's just ridiculous. But a couple of things. One, she's a TV presenter, business journalist specialized in China and the Middle East. She speaks 9 languages. She has a ton of amazing accolades, and one of them being the fact that she has, first of all, interviewed some of the world's most important CEOs of the largest companies. We have seen her advising large organizations. She's advising now, for example, the St. Gallen's Symposium. She's also a consultant for the Lang Lang Foundation. She's everywhere. And also she moderates really high level events. She's amazing. Can we please display the video of Martina, because I can see her here. And there we go. Thank you so much for being here with us, Martina. We are so happy to have you.
Good morning, guten Morgen, sabah al khair, ciao Shanghai, bonjour, buenos dias, bon dia, buongiorno, habari sa asubui. I am so thrilled, Carlos, to have everybody join from all corners of the world. This audience is absolutely amazing. Big congratulations to this success and the launch of the World Innovation Alliance. I'm so proud of you. I remember the first time we met a few years ago. I think it was 2013, 14 in Beijing, and see you grow, and especially you putting words into action and making such a huge global impact is absolutely amazing. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you so much,
for inviting me to this initiative. I'm really honored to join this community of global change makers and global citizens. I have no doubt that we can change a lot in this world and accomplish so much together. I was actually observing and watching the retention rate since the start of this conference this morning, and saw that we managed to maintain around 150 participants since the beginning. So that is also showing the success and the potential of your alliance, Carlos. So thank you very much. I would like to use my 5 minutes time slot today. I'm joining you from London at the moment to talk about communication and social impact, because as Carlos, I'm a strong believer in communication for good, and that we need to use all the linguistic and technology tools that we have at hand to really change the world. And I would like to encourage you in the next couple of minutes to still learn languages, not just use AI and Google Translate and machine learning processes, but really communicate as a human being. So cognitive empathy is what we call it, to really be able to feel what other people feel. I think is so important, especially with the virtual conferences and all the technology tools that we have, to really understand other cultures and languages, and where people from all around the world, as we here today, come from, and how they take and understand where they're coming from. So to better analyze and show you what I mean is that I would like to focus on what we call in communication theory high and low context cultures. So there was a book, I don't know if you've read it, in 1976, which was called Beyond Culture, by an anthropologist called Edward Hall. He first introduced this concept of high and low context cultures, and he basically divided them into high context cultures being where communication is very implicit and transmitted through context, sometimes very hidden messages as well, which can't be easily understood. They're always collectivists. They are we against I. So really these interpersonal relationships that are very important and are also maintained over a long period of time. There are a lot of nonverbal methods as well, body language and gestures and so on. And trust is a very important component of that as well. So you realize that a lot of cultures in our world today, such as in China, in Japan, a lot of Asian nations, but also in Latin America, like Brazil, in Africa, in the Middle East, these are all high context cultures. So I would like to raise awareness today to really pay attention to these sensitivities, even though everything is so fast-paced at the moment and the world is changing at a never unprecedented speed. Then we have the low context cultures, which are other countries in the world. We have, for example, cases where information is much more explicit and straightforward. Relationships, they only last for a short amount of time or only for a specific reason. And it's sometimes a bit rude or a bit harsh because everything is just, put straight out there onto the table. There are a lot of countries in Europe, which are low context cultures, also the United States, Canada, and it's important to also, when you deal, of course, with business people, that you are aware before you go into a meeting that you have these sensitivities and these aspects in your mind as well, to just pay the respect to the people when you meet them as well. So I would like to really encourage you today, and I'm not going to take too much time. I'm Swiss originally, just to keep everything more or less to schedule, that I would like to make sure that everybody here in this group is a chameleon, that you adapt yourself, your colors to the environment, that you really still go out there, travel, as our first speaker said today, to not just virtually, but physically meet new cultures and learn languages. I'm really afraid that with the social media bubble that we live in right now, with Instagram and Twitter and the whole influencer economy, we don't really explore anymore. We don't really have the curiosity to go out there. Everything is just for the likes and the comments and the views. So I would really like to use this opportunity today to motivate you as well and learn languages. As Carlos mentioned, I speak quite a few, and I'm still learning. Of course, it's hard to maintain that level sometimes, but it's all about dedication and patience, of course, as well, and discipline. So travel still, I see a lot of planes in the sky in London today, so I'm hopeful that the worst of the pandemic is over and that the travel industry is restarting again. And use this platform, this wonderful platform that Carlos is establishing, to network, come up with creative partnerships and ideas. As he mentioned, I work for different institutions, such as for the Chinese news agency Xinhua, but also for the Lang Lang Foundation, the Montreux Jazz Festival, in music, the St. Gallen Symposium. It's really all about breaking down barriers and coming up with new, innovative and creative partnerships. And I would love to connect with you all on LinkedIn, Instagram, all the social media platforms. And I'm myself going to travel again very soon, in 2 or 3 weeks, to Rwanda and Kurdistan. So if anybody in this virtual room is in one of those places, please let me know. And I would love to meet you physically as well.
Thank you so much, Martina.